One of my last service calls was in Page, Arizona in early 2013 at the Glen Canyon Dam. In late February, there was a landslide on Highway 89 about 400 feet long that took out the roadway. As a result, there were only two ways to Page: over the North Kaibab to Kanab and then back to Page, or through the Navajo Nation on a dirt road. Neither were a good option. It took 2 years for the road to be rebuilt, finally opening in May of 2015. If you want to see the damage and rebuilding, YouTube has an Arizona Department of Transportation page. Just search for the Highway 89 collapse. That's the North Kaibab Plateau in the distance. It's good to see there's no smoke coming up from it. Colorado River's between here and there. And here's the Vermilion Cliffs. And you can see the walls of Marble Canyon. "49 years ago, Linda and I traveled from San Diego to the Zion National Park on day one of our honeymoon. From there, we drove to Jacobs Lake on the North Kaibab in Arizona and spent the night with frost on our sleeping bags the next morning. We then drove on to Lake Powell and Page, and the only other national park we visited at that time was Natural Bridges National Park. And we got there right at sunset. I got one good picture, then we had to sleep on the side of the road because the campground was full. Well, the summer winding down, now seemed like a good time to visit the other four of the Big Five: Bryce, Capitol Reef, Canyonlands, and Arches National Park. Before our trip, I downloaded the National Parks application to my phone because cell service there is very poor. Having it in my hands, we had all the park information, trails, lookouts. Plus, you could open a map and follow your progress as you drove or walked through the park. A must-have if you go. When I went on my service call that year, I had to take an elevator to the bottom of the dam, walk across the bottom, get into the building and take an elevator to the 9th floor where the printer was at that I had to work on. That must be the best view there. We left home at 7:10 on Tuesday the 19th. I had made arrangements with our innkeeper at Pioneer Village to pick up our keys if they were closed when we arrived. Well, we got to Bryce Canyon somewhere around 3 o'clock, so we went ahead and took the 18-mile drive to the inn before sunset. We were at 9,000 feet at the end of the road. While doing research on the parks, I found that the week we planned to go was the lightest time of the year for crowds, and we had no trouble getting to any of the sites. Few of the tourists spoke English, and the glamour shots were everywhere we tried to film or take pictures. I'm just glad there weren't more. Now this is the end of the road. You can just barely make out Navajo Mountain. It's 80 miles away. Canyonlands is off in that direction. Capitol Reef. North Kaibab, you can actually see in the distance there, and some smoke still rising from it. That's looking back towards Zion. You call it Ponderosa, but those aren't Ponderosa.
No.
Oh, there's the Ponderosa. Right there. Don't see a lot of hoodoos from here, but boy, you can see forever. We booked a room at Bryce Pioneer Village in Tropic for 3 nights as our central point of stay. The rates were great. The room was marginal. No desk, no chair, just 2 stools and a shelf for the microwave and coffee pot, and it did have a little refrigerator. Nothing local open for breakfast till 7, so Linda made us a batch of breakfast shakes to wash down our vitamins. After our visit this evening, we know where we want to be for sunup tomorrow morning.